Are we doing good? Hmm. Well, this is odd. Why? What? Nothing's really changed since my last stream. I would think. I didn't change really any of the settings. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong. I just know that shouldn't be red or orange. It's getting better? No, it's not. This is odd. I don't understand. Hello, Noller. I don't. My stream says it's like being bad for some reason. I don't know why. Not. I didn't really change anything. Now this freaking text message keeps saying I haven't filled out the survey, even though I have. Very satisfied. I was satisfied. I was satisfied. And 7. Submit survey. Exactly. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Now stop texting me. Hi. How are you doing? Yeah, it is bad. I'm sorry. And is it too loud? I said loud. The music, I should say. It says the bitrate. I don't understand. Nothing's changed since the. Shut up, music. Fine. Get out of here, music. I'm stopping the music. Says I change. See, this is why I'm not. I don't. Nothing should change. The bitrate. I don't know what even that means. Okay, we recommend that you stream at 4,500. What? Good. My day's been good. Matt, thank you for asking. Hold on. Okay, now it's saying okay bitrate. What? Output. Oh, it says bitrate. Okay. It said 4,500, so I'll do that. Recordings cannot be paused if the recording quality is set to same as stream. I don't know what that even means. It said 4,500 apply. Okay. I'm streaming at 4,500 bits or whatever bit weight of. Okay, whatever that means. I don't understand. Okay, it says good connect. I don't know. Sorry. I don't know what's different from the other streams because nothing really happened. This is like the 3rd time already, so hopefully everything goes smoothly from now on. I don't know. Oh, you're making a video about um kind of, yeah, kind of. Well, not really a video. I'm doing like a graphic thing that I post somewhere at some point. I'm just trying to, draw out the lore in some way. Like I don't really do a lot about Africa because I only got the South Africa stuff. Oh, hey Val. And yeah, I'm trying to expand upon that. And so with the whole Afghanistan thing going on, I thought that because it's not really because the Canadians are the major global power, but they don't really intervene a lot anywhere. It's more of like France and Britain, and so like Mali and like the Sahel and Sahara were like in our own world. There's like major Islamic like terrorism stuff going on, and so and the French are really in depth with their intervening in the former French colonies because they used to own like all of this stuff, especially when they were exiled during the Second World War, or World War II, whatever you want to call it. So what this Burgundy-ish kind of like all in one country and all. It's a confederation that the French set up, but they still own, Algeria and maybe Tunisia, maybe Tunisia. because that was Italian. No, it was French, then became Italian, but now it's French again. No, I might keep that. I don't know. This is the 1960s right now. This is like 1960, and then I did another map. I'll show you guys already, but like a stream ago. But yeah, that's like them, the French, I should say, trying to hold on to their French colonial possessions, which goes perfectly, of course. Okay, why is it good now? Because it keeps saying YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming, such as viewers would real experience buffering. See, I don't understand that. Eh. Does Joe Biden love ice cream and YouTube as much as he? Of course, he's still Joe Biden. I'm sure he would still love ice cream. Ugh. Okay, but what are what are we doing today? So I was gonna do like I can still do that maybe. I can. Hold on. If I do this, it'll look weird on stream. But if I do that, but take this away, but put it in the back. Hold on, I'm figuring stuff out. It's on. Why is it over there? It shouldn't be over there. As it should be over here. Then I make Google visible. Then it's right there. See, look at me. I figured out. I finally figured out how to do. Make one screen, one thing, and like another screen, another tab. I looked up that yesterday because I was wanting to watch a movie while also mapping this map out. And like, oh, I sure. How did I not? I feel like I knew about that, but I didn't know how to do it. So yeah, so that's the guy. I was trying to figure out Mo the lore from Molly, so that's fun. Oh, you can't even see that one. Okay, good. That. Where is it? Get that out of the way. I have my freaking long lore sheet that you can see, and then one of the first things you see is Adolf Hitler. Fun. So yeah, the Confederation of West Africa is formed. 'Cause I gotta okay, the lore for French and all that decolonization isn't that delved out completely. I have stuff, obviously. Not obvious, I shouldn't say obviously, but it's not. I would not set in stone. I would say. Mm. I shouldn't be drinking too much water. Okay, but I was because with again with the Afghanistan situation, and I dwelled off for some reason. I was trying to figure out like because the French are definitely intervening in like Mali and like the Sahel. So this I wouldn't say they're definitely more involved. Yeah. So you got like some Al Qaeda or Islamic State group in this gray bit of Aswad because Aswad's independent and this is Mali. That's Aswad, and this is like a hardline, not hardline, just like an Islamic kind of republic, Islamic Islamic Emirate kind of like a Taliban-y kind of group, but not really super Taliban-y. And then you got like the government, like the democratic government that France is supporting. So it's kind of like Afghanistan, but in Azawad, and then like there's Islamic groups kind of seeping into Mali, and then you got that Al Qaeda kind of group in there. I gotta figure out the name and all that. It's like this is mostly desert, so it's not really good. They got a lot of land, but look at that, it's a bunch of desert. Then you got like the dictator of Mali, essentially the military dictator after you overthrew the president in like this green limeish mint color. And then you got the democratic forces in this yellow part, and then that's why they were able to seep in. And like it's Mali's unstable. Then you got the other countries supporting one group, even though they have their own situations going on. So it's all crazy. That's like post-colonial Africa for you. There you go, look better. Okay, questions, comments. How is South Africa was doing in 1950s, 1960s? Well, we'll check that out. Cause um South Africa. Okay. Cause I know, they're under the Boers for a long time. There you go. German troops, that's the 1920s. 1960s? That's 1920s. Okay. So there's like some civil war in which the Boers and like the blacks, the black African South Africans, like fight each other because it's like apartheid because the Boers after the British Empire collapsed and all that, the Boers take over. Then during the Second World War, kind of the Africans take over again and install the monarchy, like return to Britain and all that. And so now they what are they doing? And then there's like the Boer South Africa. Then there's like African South Africa. And so hold on, I know it's here. I gotta like a not a video, like an image somewhere of it. There you go. That's good. There you go. That's it. See. And so, you got the Boer Republic, the South African Boer Republic. That's the name. Well, that's a pretty old one, 2019. Then you got the South Africa. Then you got the Republic of South Africa. Then you got like Southwest Africa, which is like the German Afrikaners in like Namibia. So that's their own thing. And then you got Natal, which is like mainly British, and so yeah. And like the war, the South African war has been devastating because uh, South African and like Allied forces were able to like push up to here. They were, they captured Kimberley. I would think they were able to advance even after Botswana like surrendered, and then like the war military overthrew the president, and like I gotta figure out the post-war period, but they're most likely going to lose this bit, and I have no idea what to do about Southwest Africa. But I don't know. They could either they might want to Namibia might want to annex them. I'm not sure, but it's been a costly war for both sides, and like all of these countries, like bordering the Boers and Southwest Africa, I'll definitely have been at war with these two. So it's been devastating for those two countries. How's Japan doing in EVW? No, I was thinking about that because now there's like a bit of a civil war near the end of the Second World War in Japan because like they're not invaded, but they are nuked because Canada and like the Entente aren't gonna navally invade Japan because they don't have the manpower, no war support to do that, and the populace don't want to invade Japan because they know that's awful. It's gonna be awful. But the Soviet Union does because I'm trying to rework the entire Second World War kind of, and so Japan invades Russia, and so they want to invade Japan back. So they gain Hokkaido. It's like I would say it's quite similar to our own timeline in IOL, but I gotta figure that out. Honestly, I was like working on that a bit a while ago, but it's largely the same. I would say they have to be like a bulwark. The Europeans would want them to stay alive a bit more, so that I think they're like a bit more militarized in the end. But they really devastated again. So because they want to have the Japanese be a major power for them against the Soviet Union that pops up after World War II. So now, because they got the Soviets and there's like a Japanese communist puppet in Hokkaido. So I can actually, this is the long map. Oh, no, it kind of shows. See there, that's like the Russians got Hokkaido. This is like 2020, but it's the same message. I also gotta rework. I don't know why. I'm trying to. What is about? Look, we gotta have like some exiled government in Vladivostok for some reason. Wait, that's fun. But what was I? I was here to type a bunch of stuff because I was researching about Mali and all that. So he's like a democratic leader, but he dies 2020. He died of COVID-19, so most likely he'll be alive. Hmm, he doesn't die. Okay. Um, because I don't COVID-19 isn't a thing in the timeline. I would think I don't really have a lot of pandemic disease related stuff in my timeline, but I have to at some point. But that's not really my main focus, which is ironic given that COVID has been a main focus for many people. Okay, so that's okay. Aswad. What is Aswad all about? Oh my god, sorry. Aswad Timbuktu. Okay. President of the Political Bureau. Claimed the independent state of Aswad. Okay. Gao is the largest city? Okay, you have a face. All of a face, but you have a picture. Lost control to Niger. Okay. Battles of Gawa and Timbuktu. Freaking lore research is daunting sometimes. Okay. Oh, comments. Is Jeb excuse me, is Jeb Bush a well-positioned politician in Canada and EBW? Oh, hello, Sheev. Yeah, he is the shadow foreign minister in Canada, and he was a candidate for the Conservative leadership. That's a while ago, but he's like the deputy leader of the Conservatives, because like Lisa Wyatt is the is the party leader, and they are up with the next election being in 2023. Well, it could be sooner because Bernie could resign because he's old and like call for a snap election. And so yeah, who knows? He could become prime minister, but he's definitely well positioned. What about COVID-19? I just discussed this, but I don't think it's a thing in the timeline in EBW. So, and I really gotta figure out. Why is it all in French? I barely know French. I do gotta develop that lore. The Prague Rebellion, 2007, 2009. Algeria, Mali. Oh, that was in Niger. Huh. Okay, no, I needed an Aswad. Unrecognized state. What it was is a generic Berber name for all of Berbers. Its independence was declared unilaterally by the rejoined Mali after less than a year of unrecognized independence. Comprises of the Mali region of Timbuktu, Kidal, Gawa, as well as part of Mopti region. Okay. With undisputed Mali to the south, straddles a statement posted to its website declared unequivocally it was and go on the same day, the Secretary General of the movement signed the Azawad Declaration of Independence, which also declared as an interim administrators until national authority could be formed. The proclamation was never recognized by any foreign entity. Azawad region was disputed by both the Malayan government and Islamic insurgents groups in the Sahara. At this time, a rift was drifting between the Islamists, which refused to say, was interviewed by the French language outlet, blah blah blah. You claim that the jihadi groups had been in the region. Locals had heard of their extremist views, in particular Sharia law, and then subsequently distanced themselves from the jihadis. The death of Gaddafi disestablished the political landscape of Sahelians and from Mali and Niger to such a degree that it was described as disastrous. The Tuareg rebels allegedly went into a survival mode for 5 years after his death, in which fought with socio-political and socio-economic crises. Disorganized and unaware of modern militias, some joined jihadi groups but left when acquainted with better options. They aimed to join movements that were good in nature and organized for humanitarian causes for the betterment of Azawad. When asked about the speculated alliance between MLA and Letsa, Ajtuman Min said, "Personally, I do not know of this alliance and refer back to distance love." Okay, no. Interesting, interesting. But, David Duke, okay, love seeing that. What is David Duke doing in EVW? From what I know, his actions sparked an uprising against President Sally Yates, which led to the. Yeah, um, he's like a prominent member, obviously still of the Ku Klux Klan, and like he led a militia to overthrow President Yates after the 2014 election. Um, he was also like a member of Congress. It's like there's still all that racism in the South still, and so especially after the bellicist in the 40s and all that kind of rejuvenated all of them. So it's been a difficult reconstruction process, and especially without those New England states, the Senate and the House, it's a bit difficult for all that reform to happen after, and so that's why you got the Black Panthers being more militant and more protests in the Black community. So yeah, it's a harder reconstruction period after civil rights movement and all that in EVW. But social justice warriors in EVW. I'm pretty sure they'll exist. I don't know what they're talking about, but I'm pretty sure in any timeline they would exist mostly, as long as it's not like a 1984 timeline. uh, so now I gotta figure out this democratic government that the French installed. Okay, who was president of Azawad before? That's the question. Songhai empires, the Gao Empire. Interesting. Muammar Gaddafi, Timbuktu, Timbuktu is the capital. It's a UNESCO World Heritage. Mayor, definitely going to be in French, I would impose. But what? Who? That's not the white mayor. Translate quickly. Google Translate. In this world, in IOL, in EVW. So if I do anything, if I do get elected to political office, I'll get elected to political office in the timeline. Is that a bit cynical? Not cynical. That's the word. Why am I so tired? I don't know why. I shouldn't be. I got good sleep. But if he gets elected, Francisco himself is elected to political office, and I'm elected to political office in the timeline. So that's how I'll model myself as. But the real question is, or is it the real question? I don't know. Is if, because since there is a 9/11 style attack against France, because Canada isn't really dealing with Islamists, they're most likely dealing with a bunch of Americans being mad at them after they occupied like Pennsylvania and all of that. And like, and so I gotta figure out what year it might be in. Time to Google French. Islamist attacks. I spelled attacks wrong. I put an E. ISIS related attacks against France. 2014. Eiffel Tower. Okay, spelled Eiffel wrong. Is it the Eiffel Tower? Really? I'm surprised that terrorists haven't tried to attack that place. It is really well guarded, I guess. Okay, but this is only Islam ISIL. Why are there so many in Corsica? Really, nothing against the Eiffel Tower. Okay, well, it's a good thing though. I should. It's a good thing. Oh, that was a bad one. 131. Ooh, wasn't that like an Ariana Grande thing concert? I remember this. This is bad. November 15th. Uh, uh, How's Detroit doing? I would think so. Well, how's manufacturing? If manufacturing, because there's two Chinas, and America is like being neutral, like isolationist, they would still trade with a bunch of people. There's still like an economic power. Cars might still be wanted. But that's okay, about the modern times. It's under the Great Lakes Union. I would think they would try to revamp Detroit to make their country work and manufacturing better. Because they need money and they need a good economy and all that. And so I would think Detroit's doing okay. Maybe not as bad as in our world, but definitely not as they once were. Wow, this is bad. Um, we not the loot, not what? Free news. I need something older than that. See, I don't know. I'm trying to dwell this out more because it's definitely a major attack against France. Operation Chamel. 13th November. That's how you spell it in French, huh? Any other comments? Hold on. Sorry, this is a bit of a dull one. Interesting which object would be destroyed in a French 9/11. So that was my thinking. Because I was looking up the Louvre and like maybe like attack when the Louvre reopens or something or something like that. Or just like some like again another like mass shooting that kills like hundreds of people, which is sad. Or like do they like fly a plane into the Eiffel Tower? Like I wouldn't want that. No one wants that. But it does make that has the deepest impact, I would say. Like they attack the Eiffel Tower and like it collapses and like no one wants that. So that's why it would have the deepest impact. But it's just such a bad of thing of us to think about that I don't want it to be in the timeline. But you know, as I keep saying, it's like would have like a deep impact on all of that. So I don't know. It could be that. And it definitely is the most famous French symbol that they could attack. What do you guys think? What is Noam Chomsky doing in EVW? I don't know. You know, he could be still doing his thing, but in Canada this time. I'm not sure. I know of him, but I don't know enough about him to make a decision on that. Do they fly a plane into the Eiffel Tower? I don't know. I might do that. What is Dwight Eisenhower doing in the? He was a major military leader in like the Second American Civil War. You know, when the federal government was fighting against like the communists and the Huey Long. So he was under MacArthur. So he was vital, as I've learned in like a Wendover production video. He surveyed like traveling, like car travel between like the East Coast and West Coast. It's like he could be like head like trying to improve infrastructure for the federal government and all that, especially with the highway system. That's why you've got a bunch of cars. I don't know. He's definitely a prominent. He ran for president, I think, but then people didn't like authoritarianism, so Henry Wallace won, barely, because come on, that's Eisenhower. Eisenhower barely win, barely lost. But should I really make it that the Eiffel Tower? Okay. Um, I keep spelling Eiffel Tower with 2 F's. Islamic. An Islamic. Oh god, I don't like to imagine. I know it's seen in like disaster movies, but this is a true disaster. Ugh. Okay, who's president of France right now? French. Oh no, it's France, not just France. France. EW. You guys get to see my French lore a bit. I've been working on it a bit. Over 1,000. Okay, yeah, there's all the prime ministers. There's some lore. I got some lore written down. Because Jean Jouet is not assassinated. I didn't even know about it, but he seemed like he would be the leader of the people. But who's president of France? It's either Ségolène Royal. Okay, 2015. Okay, this is when were the elections? That's important. So it's the waning days of Ségolène Royal's term. Jean-Marc Ayrault was just elected. When are French elections? The 2017, 20, so kind of 2 years off. What time? It made the early in the year, so he was. It's not really based off. Okay, when did okay? 7th of May, 2017. 7 days? What? You got a week to prepare to become president of France? It's a bit short. Okay, okay. So they're held. Okay, let's say that they're held at the end of the year. And so, like, what the time differences before the end? So it's like 2, 3 weeks. The elections happen. That's a week. Okay. So like November. Okay, you got a week to prepare. So November 25th ish. That's the second round. The attack happened to November 25th. So that's 28, 28, 21, 21, 14. So this happened like a week. The day before the French presidential elections of 2015. But what date was it? Day. Weekday. should say. So it was a Friday, okay. When are French elections held? That's April 23rd. No, it could be changed. They could change it differently. Day. It was a Sunday. Oh, did they hold the elections on a Sunday? I think they do. Okay. Sunday. Okay, so that was a Friday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So the 15th. No, those are still there. The French elections happened 2 days later. Okay. And Ségolène Royal, the first round. I know I said I was gonna do mapping, and I haven't really done that. But the first round of the French in Marc Jean-Marc Olliet and when's the next 20? They have 7-year terms. Their terms are 7 years. Only a single. And 2022. Spoiler alert. Marine Le Pen's gonna win the election next year. The French election next year. Marine Le Pen and Jean-Marc Olliet advance. Le Pen to the Eiffel attacks. The Eiffel Tower attack. Okay, but Walt is able to barely win the election in this year, in 2015, but that Marine Le Pen is definitely going to win the second round. It's definitely not that close. It's going to be like, it's not going to be that close. It might be that close. It's going to be super close. It's going to be super close. It's going to be freaking François Hollande, Nicolas Sarkozy levels of close, but even closer than that. It's going to be Quebec referendum of 1995 levels of close. Okay, questions. Dwight Eisenhower. John McCain. John McCain, he was president. He was actually president um of California until he passed away, sadly. And so now Kevin McCarthy, as vice president, became president. But then he lost the election to Kamala Harris. So now Kamala Harris president. So John McCain was president because California annexed Arizona after the collapse of the United States. So, yeah. Although hello Kyrgyzstan YouTube. How are you doing? President Macron, bro. It's almost an hour. It's gonna be a short one. I want to bore you guys with all the lore. What we're getting in depth, you can see. Hold on, here's one. Not these guys, but these ones are definitely delved out because, spoiler alert, as that says right there, France becomes a kingdom under the Orleanists because the royalist factions after were able to take control of the country after this French Civil War. So yeah. Oh, this is very interesting. I was trying to this French stuff was really complicated, and I was trying to figure it all out. There's so many people. You can't really be fascists. The revolutionary social movement. Oh, you guys can see. Hold on. You guys can see my little developed um EW law. Gosh dang it. Thank you for the UK. Because guess what? That's kind of drilled out already. But hurry up. Okay, great. Because the only way to overthrow the king would be if, like, essentially the communists overthrew them, overthrew the monarchy. But then the the nationalists gained power, and so yeah, Oswald Mosley and the he's the first National Socialist. There you go. I think, and then yeah, all of that's complicated, but that's kind of what I got so far. There's only been 5 minutes just what I got. Was George Patton doing? He was fighting with the longists, and like he's like the main military leader for the longest forces under Huey Long. So yeah, then he like became the leader after Huey Long died. Then what's his name? William Pelly. I think it's William Pelly. No, he gains power after a coup after Huey was trying to surrender and like make negotiations with the Federals. Then he don't. But then he is overthrown and killed, and then his brother kind of takes up the longest forces. So like the Ku Klux Klan, all those more definitely racist groups begin fighting against the longest and the Federals. So it's like a civil war and a civil war. I should have a map of that. Hold on, kind of something developed. I'll show you guys quickly, then I'll leave because Solidarity Gaming is live streaming something, and I was kind of lucky because he pushed his live stream back an hour, so I could live stream, and then he could. It's not nothing. He's talking about if it was planned or something. Hold on, I have a map. Like, you guys know me, I love making maps. That's not it. Oh. Second American Civil War. Second. There it is, that one. This one. This is kind of I was kind of working like on an infographic kind of thing. Well, yeah, how this loads up. You'll, you'll see it. There you go, see. Oh, goodness. Okay, I don't need all these freaking things. I can maximize this at least. No, it's now I can see it all big. But why is it? What? Oh, great, it's not responding. Yay, okay, that was. Oh. Can't move it, I'll move. Hold on. There you go. So now you can see it all big. Why is it? No, go over there. What are you doing? Thank you. Okay, so this is like Huey Long was killed in the coup. So like you got these clicks happening, and then the federal government was like over here, like the Rockies and the prairies and all that. They were being pushed back a little. But then, the tide was turned. Canada stepped in. Well, not really. They were forced to step in after Pelly decided to perceive that they were a candidate had attacked them, and then you got the socialist revolts after the communist kind of uprising and all that. Like a bunch of like black groups, and then of course you got the black revolt because of them. And like Pelly's in the Georgia clique. Then like Patton